So, my name is Carlos. I want to tell you a story about this one time my friend John and I decided to fly to Germany.
Okay, that's cool. When did you go?
It was back in 2006. My friend and I were in the army in Georgia during Christmas break. We were playing video games around midnight one night. I say to him, "Hey dude, want to go to Germany tomorrow? There's a flight that leaves from Delaware at 2 p.m. If we leave now, we can drive for 10 hours and get to the Air Force Base, where we can get a free, space-available flight to Ramstein, Germany."
Okay, you guys are retarded. So what happened?
So, we stay in Germany for about 2 weeks. On the last night we were there, we end up going to this club in Berlin. At the beginning of the night, I'm having a drink and see 2 pretty girls. Then, randomly this guy comes up to me and says, "Hey there. Those 2 girls. One for you, one for me, right?" I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Okay, go on.
So, I dismiss the guy and don't think much of it. Later in the night, I go to the restroom, and in the hallway of the way out, I see this girl. We start talking, and we decide to take a seat in an adjoining room. She invites her friend over. Her friend sits with John. I take a seat on another couch with her. We were there for about 5 minutes when, all of a sudden, the guy I saw at the beginning of the night pokes his head in, looks around, then abruptly leaves. The girls begin looking really flustered, then blurt out, "You guys need to go, you need to go right now." I ask, "What's wrong?" She says, "That guy has been stalking my friend and me for the past 2 days. He's going to get his friends and try to hurt you. You need to leave right now."
So what did you do?
I was like, "John, we have to get the fuck out of here. We don't need any trouble and we need to wake up early tomorrow for our flight out in the afternoon." He agrees, and we decide to leave the club. On the way out, however, the guy we saw earlier comes up to John and starts pushing him. I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? If you touch him one more time, we were both going to fuck you up." He keeps pushing John and that's when I see one of the girls and she shouts, "You better stop, or I'm going to call my brother who works 3 blocks away." We argue with the guy for about a minute, when, out of nowhere, her brother walks up. Dude, you should have seen this motherfucker. He was like fucking 7 feet tall, with a haircut that looked like was a wrestler from Street Fighter. He walks right up to us and says, "Hey you. You bothering my sister?"
Holy shit. What did you guys do?
The girls run up and are like, "Oh no, these American guys are fine. They've been trying to help us. This other guy," and she points to the other dude, "has been stalking me for 2 days and won't let me meet anybody." You could see the gears tick in the wrestler's head and he's like, "Is that so?" and grabs the guy by the neck. He brings him around the building, starts kicking him, really beating the shit out of him. I'm stunned. I go over to look at the guy getting beat up and he looks up at me with so much hate in his eyes. Like, "I'm going to kill you, motherfucker." I'm like, "John, we need to get the fuck out of here." And we start to walk to the train station. We wait there for about 2 minutes and we hear the girls shout, "Hey, guys, where are you going? We should hang out. My brother runs the bar 2 minutes from here."
Nice. So what did you do?
So, we went back to her brother's bar and drank with him. We hang out until 8 a.m. in the morning getting shit-faced. Then, they say, "You guys want to go to another bar?" We were like, "Sure." And the girls mentioned this bar called blah blah. We walk out down the street and end up finding this gigantic, 6-foot-high ball of copper wire, and start kicking it down the road. 5 minutes later, we get to the bar, and I shit you not, the bar sign says, blah blah. We end up drinking there, until around 10 a.m., and then the girls are like, "Want to come back to our place?" John and I look at each other and say, "Sure, why not?" We hang out, I make out with one of the chicks, and then realize, oh shit, we were going to be late for our 2 p.m. flight back to the States. They get us to the train station, and John and I end up getting to the flight right before it was about to take off.
You guys are retarded.
Yeah, so anyway. That was one of my favorite trips to Germany. But the funny thing is, Years later, I still look back at how crazy that all was, and if I could do it again, I'd do it in a heartbeat. The end.